YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila. We're going to continue the Himyar campaign. And I think I've kind of made up my mind on how we're going to do this next. It seemed like some of you kind of like me doing multiple campaigns. Some of you would rather me just do one. Everybody had a lot of ideas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just test the idea that I mentioned. And we'll just see how it goes. It seems like enough of you are okay with it that we'll test it. Some of you may not be okay with that idea, but you know, just give it time. Let's give it a chance, see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my darndest to finish the Carthage campaign and this one in the month of December. We'll then move on to a new campaign in the month of January. Some of you didn't seem to think that I could finish a campaign in a month. Maybe, maybe not. I feel like we probably could, since there would most likely be an episode of it darn near every day. And that would be the idea, is to make it more of a story that you get something every day and it kind of more continuous rather than broken up across multiple days. But anyway, that's just my thinking. We'll give it a shot. You all give me your feedback when we get there, and we'll just kind of take it from there. So we did defeat the Sassanids, and we are ready to do some more damage to them. Let's see how bad the auto-resolve hurts us here. Better quick save it. Let's see. So yeah, not gonna have a ton of videos up today early on. So when you see this one, it's gonna be the only one up for a little while. I went to see Star Wars tonight, and so that's why I was quite busy and unable to record. So I typically like to get you more than this up on a Saturday, but if you're wondering why this is the only one, it's because I was out watching Star Wars, and I think that's a pretty good excuse. If some of you don't want to accept that, then, well, tough luck. Whenever you got a family and a little kid, when you get an opportunity to go see something like Star Wars, you got to take it while you have the opportunity. So we're taking control of Osirene, which is good. It's going to be a nice source of food, similar to what we have at Egyptus. Let's see, did my Garamontine smashing force is on the way back. We've taken control here, little bit nasty public order right now, but we'll survive. It'll level out now that the Garamontians' little bullcrap raiding has been ended. Kind of makes me wonder. We could hit Tarsus probably, though this province is anything but stable at the moment. Do have a lot of money. We could probably make more armies, and I may very well just do that, but I'm not going to jump on that just yet. I'd kind of like to see if we could handle things with roughly what we have here, and the reason being is because it'll allow my money to build up even more. This force can move on Arbella, and we do wish to take Arbella. And this will be nice because we'll already have some buildings available here that will maybe help the growth. We're going to occupy, and this is quite good. We've got all the building slots unlocked here, which is very nice. We're gonna tear down the sheep flock too. We're gonna rebuild everything that we need there the way that I would like to have it. So let's hit the, we're about to finish one of the items of research here. Is it here? Yeah, to give us the highest level farms and other such things. And it looks like that would be the next logical choice there, the administrative system. Let's go ahead and end the turn. We certainly have some characters who are looking for upgrades here. Alright, let's see what else we got. So this guy is a general. Let's do that one to give him the extra campaign movement range. We can assign a provincial governor, but I'm going to wait until I think I have a son that's going to come of age soon, and we will see if we can install him in that position. Give him a little experience to grow with. Plus, we need the influence, because I don't think I have particularly high dominance with my faction at the moment. I don't know that I've ever run into a civil war on Attila, but I do believe they're possible. Looks like the agent spam has returned. We're going to need to get rid of some of that. go, sissy nids. Oh, the Huns. Big scary Huns. They're not really scary. My camels are going to crap all over the Huns when the time comes. Because that's just how Attila works. Attila is the world where countryside farms and fruit orchards spread squalor and disease, and camels crush all. So if there's a few laws of Attila that we're familiar with, it's that heavy camels poop on everything, and that food enrages people, and fruit spreads disease. So I do like Attila, but sometimes I can't help but make fun of the game a little bit, because there's some things in it that are just glaringly stupid, in my opinion, that need to be fixed, but probably never will be. So I will most likely have to rely on a patch or, just something. Or, not a patch, obviously, a mod or something of the sort. We already have a lot of these folks in those positions. This guy has some wavering loyalty over here, interestingly enough. Let's use her to secure some loyalty on that guy. I don't know why he's being so difficult. Got a daughter there. As far as governors go, this guy's just a statesman and he's come of age. Yes, just recently. So yes, this is who I would like to plug in. We'll plug him into Arabia Felix, which is our home province. So that is good. Got our agents here. Let's get rid of some of the Sassanid characters that are bothering us. We will probably not succeed. It's so funny, one of the comments that caught my eye on the last one was like, Eric, why don't you quit talking about actually training the spy and actually do it? Well, because then if I actually... come on, really? He was wounded. Because then if I actually did it, I wouldn't be able to talk about doing it anymore. See? Do you understand? No, you don't. It's because I'm being stupid purposefully. But yes, thank you for reminding me to get this done. Double agent, misdirect army. I don't know, it's really not that good, but that's the most enticing trait that I saw there. So we can train another priest too, and that's actually not a bad plan. Spread religion. Yeah, we'll take that.
How can I serve you?
We're just gonna agent up here. Get another one here. I don't really see how that would help much. Neither one of these is going to help much, but this guy's a little younger, so we'll take him. Because apparently I'm prejudiced against those who are older. And we're going to end up recruiting this guy anyway, so equal opportunity. There we go. You all can't escape my bad jokes. There is no getting away. Alright. Let us do a little conversion. Don't need any military structures here. We are going to need to subdue that province. We are subduing there. Let's get our faction leader on the way back to a fight, because he needs to be engaged in a fight. I'm thinking maybe we'll send him out to conquer the Sassanid lands and and puppet states of the east. I believe that might be a cool mission for him to go undertake. This army, the question is what to do with it. It might be interesting to take control of this this province here. Kind of the All-Sea province might be nice. I don't know, we'll take a look at that. Got my champion wounded, so we're going to have to wait for him to come back. Yeah, let's go ahead and end a turn here. Oh, we need to research a new technology. That's a good point, a fair point. We'd have to finish this one to get to here, which we kind of need, to be quite frank, so I'm going to go through that one. Plus, it's not like we have a lot of military research to do right now. Replenishment. Let's go with this, because we have those pleasure tents here, spreading the non-state religion quite handily. Let's see. We have plus 17 on the public order, but from a sanitation standpoint, we have positive 6 there, positive 13 there, positive 8 there. So we are in pretty good pretty darn good shape from a sanitation standpoint, so there's no reason not to upgrade these wheat farms. And there would be no reason not to upgrade this as well. Should we go down the library? Palace. Enables the recruitment of champions. But we lose a little bit of public order. Let's see. Grand Palace. Tax rate plus 10, tax rate plus 18%, and wealth 2,500. It takes an enormous amount of food, but that is pretty interesting. And it gives us the maximum amount of champions increased by +1 faction wide. Now that is very interesting. We're going to build the palace here. It will be something different to do, and hopefully something that will be fun. Now I think we'll end the turn, after we assign this skill to our new champion, apparently. Or, no, maybe he's not a new champion. Let's help him get to call to arms, in case we need to do some quick recruiting. I think the next campaign I'll start up will be Age of Charlemagne. I want to visit that. It's fairly interesting. I do not know which faction yet. We can put it to a vote if that's the way you all prefer it, or I can just pick one. I know that some of you said not to do Avars because there was a couple of more prominent YouTubers, I believe, who were working on them. So that's fine. I can do something different. Give me some suggestions. I'll think about it. And then, like I said, we can either vote or I can just pick. Happy to go down either route based on what I feel like most people are looking for. Speaking of Star Wars, if y'all haven't seen it, you should go see it. It's always interesting. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. I enjoyed it. Hostile agent activity. Critical success at encouraging dissent, which is probably why we're about to... I don't mind giving up some influence with this lady because her points aren't going to do much of anything, so we will give him a large bribe, which generally tends to gain influence from most people. How we set for food in this province? 166, so more than enough. So let us go ahead and upgrade this to the polo pitch. And we will upgrade the hammam so that we can support the highest level here. So what do we have? Camel farm there, but this one is a stables. We do not need said stables. Let's swap it to a camel farm. That will just improve the food. And I will go back and start upgrading some of these cities as well once I feel pretty confident that we're not going to jack up anything from a squalor or a public order standpoint.
At your command.
Okay, so we now have this little pool of agents that we have recruited. Let's send them forward to different spots and start doing some scouting. You, on the other hand, start spreading religion in this province, which most likely needs it spread quite a lot. Judaism is on the rise, but still a lot of Greek Christian influence and others here that we'll need the help with there. So, alright, so where does that leave us? This province, probably not entirely stable, but I think we could afford to go ahead and go hit Nisibis here. Except that this army does not have any movement points. Change per turn, so characters -2. Is this character really so bad that he can't keep his army integrity up? Mutiny in 7 turns. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. And this army, so yeah, Aetoristan is going to revolt, which is unfortunate, but it is going to happen. The music in Attila really is quite good. It's not like blow me off the face of the planet good, but it's good. I wish they would have spent a little more time on the music in Rome 2. It wasn't bad either, but it just really was not as awe-inspiring as Rome 2. At least for me, it was not. Let's go ahead and upgrade this hammam. We can probably afford to upgrade the Torah shrine as well, we should be fairly well set for food in this province. We are. And we're about to gain more food. Himyarite. Yeah, this is what we want. We will go ahead and upgrade this to a wheat field. And get the militia encampments. Thinking we should... We could use this to upgrade the speed on all of our horses if we've not done so already. I know I had stables in another province. Let's go ahead and go with the horse breeder. Wouldn't hurt to make my my camelry faster. That is one of the downsides of camelry. That and their poor morale. Otherwise, you really can't go wrong with some good, heavy camelry. Does seem to get the job done very well. The Roman separatists appear to be trying to retake Constantinople, so the East Romans may be reborn.
My honorable
Yeah, no, there's no way that I'll be paying you. A rebellion, have we? Well, we know what to do with rebel scum. Seems to be quite clear. We crush them.
On the move, my lord.
Okay, so we have indeed crushed the rebel scum. I'm gonna move back there. Meshon is safe. Okay, good. We've got other stuff we can build here. We shall go with the wheat farm here. It will hurt public order a little, but we can also build up this well. And then I was thinking we drop... Probably not the companionship tents. The Himyarite river gives +2 to public order. It does not influence growth. Anything that influences growth would be nice, but none of these really do. But let's go with the town commons for now, just to get the little extra boost of public order, which I think we should need.
Yes.
Let's see, do any of these give integrity? Campaign movement range, morale. This one does. But we cannot reach it on this upgrade, but we can get to it next time. And that should help put an end to the fact that some of these armies are struggling with their integrity. This army can now attack Nicetus, which ought to help boost their integrity a little bit from having won a victory here, and if they upgrade, that would help as well. Yes, that did indeed help. Let's see, so integrity +4 when in foreign territory, which means that, how do you have worse integrity when you're in your own territory, when allied territory? There we go, let's go ahead and pop that one in there, and that should get rid of the integrity issue once and for all. I do not see any Sassanid agents hanging around this time, which is interesting. Let us get this character back to support this army. Our fleet is pretty much retrained, and I'm thinking we shall use it to blockade Tarsus here. So we'll maintain this blockade. That is an enemy fleet there of the Sassanids, so we may end up in a nice little face-off. We'll take this army and try to push Tarsus. Syria is going to start coming around in terms of the public order there. I'm feeling pretty good about it. We could expand here in Alexandria as well. Got a jewel smith here. We only have 6 public order here, which is really not that good. We could build up the cities. That would give us a little extra public order at the cost of some food consumption. But if we boost up the food consumption here, that'll be good. I think that'll be the route there. Sanitation is in pretty darn good shape, except for here where we have the jewel smith. That is crazy. To all regions in this province, so the sanitation is just nasty here. Because of the farms and this jewel smith giving some pretty bad penalties. I could just drop another well there. I don't guess there's any reason not to. Alright, so income is very high. It's going very well for us. Let's check out. So food is quite stable here as well. Alright. I think we're good for this turn. Let's go ahead and end it. My faction leader, he's going to have to be marching for quite a few turns to get to where I need him, but we'll use him, like I said, to reclaim all the lands of the east. I would like to rebuild a massive eastern empire that both replaces East Rome and the Sassanids, and then I think that that means we will have appropriately taken our position. Wow, they are really going to town on this fleet here. How many of their reinforcements are actual ships, though? And the answer is quite a lot. And they have a pretty fair amount of artillery here. Naft Marines. Very interesting. I have an artillery ship advantage, that's for sure. Eastern Dromon. Eastern Artillery Crew, Eastern Artillery Crew. This, you know what? Let's fight this. It's a gigantic ship battle. Why not? If we lose it, I can rebuild a fleet down at Alexandria. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Let's see if my artillery ships can help me pull this one home. Can't remember if I think artillery ships do have limited ammo, so we'll see how that goes. I have Greek fire ships as well. I've never had too much luck with these guys, though. It seems like whenever I try and use them, they just sit there and derp around and never really accomplish anything. I want my artillery, like, right up front.
Your orders, my lord! Fighters are ready! Your orders, my lord! Assault ships reporting! Artillery ships reporting!
Let's see what happens here. Yeah, my artillery ships, they're almost in range from the start of the battle. I don't think their onager ships can actually fire any onager rounds. They cannot.
Enemy reinforcements are bearing down on us.
Now, why would, at the very beginning of the battle, all my artillery ships start repositioning themselves to where they could not fire?
Who's with me?
Look at this. Just look at this. Unbelievable. Well, I'm going to have to retreat with my artillery ships. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a lot of ships that came up immediately behind me because I wasn't paying attention. Of course, why would I be paying attention? Okay, this is gonna get rather nasty. So my artillery ships derping out right at the beginning helped nothing. Quite as expected. There are so many enemy ships. So we can keep this ship moving. Yeah, this is rather bad, I believe. We need to... I think I'm going to end up just getting absolutely flattened here. I am boarding some of their vessels here. I'll see if we can lure them away here.
The ship is being assaulted. Cast them back.
Their artillery is hurting my ships quite badly. But if I can get my artillery back into an actual firing position, assuming they don't just go straight crazy derp on me, which they most likely will. My artillery ships are under fire now, which is quite bad.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Let's see if we can get into it with some of their ships here. A lot of their vessels are not actual naval vessels.
A ship has spent its ammunition.
Wow. That ship has been caught there because I forgot to keep microing it. Let's go after this general, or no, here. Just go after that one because it's charging you. Are we gonna get any Greek fire off on these guys? Please do. Feel free. Feel free. Please light them up. My own ship is ramming the one in front of it. Wow, the naval pathfinding in Attila is probably the most atrocious I have ever seen.
On your orders, move to position. We are
I think we set one of their artillery ships on fire. Let's see if we can accomplish it again. My artillery ships are still having trouble getting reformed.
The enemy is boarding one of our ships.
If we can burn their artillery ships, that would certainly be a huge plus. Feel free to fire that Greek fire whenever you feel like it. Or not. Just get burned to death. That works too. It's a good secondary approach. Let's bring this boat over here to be ready. Look at this! I told these guys how long ago to reform, and they won't do it. I'm gonna have to control them individually, because apparently orders do not work in a group. We're gonna have to stop this too.
It's being assaulted. Cast them back.
Do they have more? They have lots more artillery ships in the back. And we're going to have to see what we can do about some of them before it grows too late. Great, we're gonna get caught by this ship here. The pathfinding is just woefully bad here. Woefully bad. Let's just try clicking attack orders here and see if we can succeed on that. Do not fire at will. When I click an attack order, I actually wish for you to fire at the target that I have chosen.
Their general has fallen. Our victory grows ever nearer.
Their general has fallen. Why are they still defeating my artillery ship?
My lord, that's the Argos. As you command. Our men are rallying. They're not done yet.
Okay. Sink this ship, please. Okay, I don't really know what my general's doing, other than just sitting here. Oh, he was actually in the process of boarding.
Fire! One of our ships is burning.
Yeah, so this is completely hopeless. Apparently, the pathfinding and everything is so bad that you would just have to micromanage every ship very precisely in order to have any hope of success. Because, yeah, I mean, it is terrible. There's no way to even begin to properly explain how bad the pathfinding is here.
One of our ships is being boarded.
You feel free to turn and fire rather than look. This ship has an attack order. Can they actually pivot the artillery piece, or are they just ignoring my order? That ship is taking quite a beating. Now I noticed that their Greek fire tends to work. Now that's interesting. My ship's just pulled up next to the other ones and sat there. This is ridiculous. Okay, note to self, never fight a naval battle again. Unless it's a small enough number of ships that you can actually successfully micromanage them, because apparently there is no such thing as pathfinding. Wow, this is just one more reason. Like, so again, I like Attila, I like this game, but there's no way for me to not honestly say that that is woefully bad, and it's so poor that... So I'm not saying this to be mean. I don't understand everything that goes on at the Creative Assembly. I know that they have made some mistakes that have made many of us mad, and I like to think the best of them, and I try to, because I think that in general they have good intentions with these games. But how did that make it past any sort of testing or quality assurance? It clearly did not. And the fact that it was not patched after so the Age of Charlemagne is neat. It is. It's a fairly neat DLC, and I think that overall it's one that's, fairly well worth it. But I would have to ask, that DLC took a long time to deliver, a very long time. And so they're going to actually get their artillery disembarked elsewhere, which is garbage. Same thing here. We will try to defeat them. Let's go ahead and fight this on the battlefield. Yeah, so, I mean, again, take some pride in your work. That's what I have to say about this. Don't do this anymore. And this is getting irritating to the point where, so I love Total War. I'm not planning on stopping to playing Total War, and I'm not, like, going to rant and just quit and all this other stuff, but Total War games in the past were not perfect. For any of you who have some type of ill-formed opinion that somehow this just did not happen in Medieval 2 or other games, you're wrong. Those games did have problems, and it was definitely, there were issues. That said, you take a look at one of those compared to kind of what we're seeing. These naval hurlers are going to be absolutely worthless. Their melee attack, everything about them is terrible. But we will use them and see if we can potentially manage to defeat anything there. I'm going to send my... So they have a Severin Sardar who's going to spawn, like, right here. I'm going to send these lighter cavalry after that artillery. This is not going to work. Let's just disembark these guys. They're going to be worthless one way or the other, so we might as well allow them to be worthless on land. Let's put these guys here, because these not being a melee unit is going to pretty much make them worthless. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to pause it just very briefly. We're going to attack these artillery pieces immediately, and then this armored camel warrior is going to go straight into the Severin Sardar. That's going to be our only chance to kind of get something good going on here early. I'm going to disembark these ships over here. Okay, so everybody has orders. Get to it. Let's see how many shots their onager get off and how effective they are, because my men are rather bottled up here to begin with. They did not get their spread out. Yeah, we need to keep the skirmisher cav away from the Severin Sardar. And of course, there we go. Destroy all of these artillery pieces, please, before it gets my armored camel warriors. My armored camel warriors are very capable of killing the Severin Sardar, but we have to disengage these artillery men from their artillery pieces so that they can no longer fire and kill my camel warriors, which we have now successfully done. But there's probably more artillery pieces. There are coming in from the other side. We need to set up our little defense at the town center. These slingers can get up here. Let's pause it momentarily. What do we have here? There is no entry from the backside. That's quite good. It looks like there's one entrance to this town center. So quite defensible, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and hit play again and see what we can do. Get into the back of the Sabrin Sardar, please. We've got to finish him off with as many camel warriors remaining as possible. It is a very tanky unit, though it's not really meant for melee against cavalry. I think it's doing far better than it should be otherwise.
Their general is dead! A lethal blow!
Indeed it is. Oh, really? These guys jumped right back on their artillery piece. Get out there before they can fire, please. I've never seen the AI reman their artillery. That was a first for me. Let's hope that they don't... Yeah, they got a shot off, too. But I think that we broke them immediately. Okay, these guys are wavering due to the flaming shot. Oh, there is another entrance here. Yeah, let's not leave that unguarded. Let's get these guys more to where they have the uphill advantage there. I'm going to start running those cavalry around to get at the enemy onager over there. And let's get these naval hurlers. Not that they're going to do a lot of damage to anybody or for any reason, but they're 5 ammunition. I might be able to put to use as best as I can. My armored camel warriors are now visible to these Persian scouts. The Persian scouts would fall easily to my armored camel warriors, but their javelins could actually inflict a little more damage than I would like to suffer. I'm going to pull these camel warriors away a little. What are we up against here? So, light, just so we got Persian Brigade and Armenian Spears. The Armenian Spears are actually a pretty decent spear unit by way of spears and Attila. I need to pull those scout cavalry further out here if I intend to engage them. Oh, there's another Sabrin Sardar. That is, yeah, that's going to be more than we can handle, so let's just straight up run. I would prefer not to engage that Sabrin Sardar right now. Those artillery pieces are sitting around doing nothing, so we actually have no real reason to engage them. Let's bring these units back to support. The morale on the enemy units is quite bad, and if we can kill that other Sabrin Sardar, then we ought to be in pretty darn good shape. I want these desert tribesmen to help out here against these spears. Since there's no cavalry attacking me, in fact, I'd kind of like the desert tribesmen to be the only unit engaging here. They're not particularly good in melee, but they should be better than Armenian spears. They don't really have any charge bonus to speak of either, but... Okay, where's my camels? Is that the Sabrin Sardar? It is. Let's go harass him with javelins. Does this unit have... Good. It has Parthian shot. Let's hope that our desert tribesmen can do anything here. Apparently not. Persian scout ran in. It's not gonna help things. Let's use our javelins and kind of give chase here. We really need to do some damage to the Sabrin Sardar. If we can kill it, that would be utterly brilliant. I'm gonna chase it a little more. It's in diamond formation, which will actually help my Jav Cav considerably. they got charge speed immediately, and they're going to catch my javelin cavalry, which sucks, but they won't be able to rout it, though they will get far more kills than they deserve. The AI manages to control itself better in the streets than your units are capable of. It's really quite annoying, to be honest. Those javelins are a problem, actually. Let's bring these slingers. No. Yes, you can come down that way, please. When that Savran Sardar dies, I don't think that the morale of the enemy troops will hold, and I have a cavalry unit that possesses a war cry, or a scare trait, I should say, and rear charging this little blob might be enough to put an end to that. Come on! Number one, how long is the Savran Sardar going to live? It's been under missile fire for a long time, and it's taking javelin fire like crazy too. Down to 9 men. That general has to die. Okay, let's bring in the camels for potential rear charge. Let's bring this cavalry in from over here. I'm going to use this light javelin cavalry to chase down that general and make sure that he is dead. We've got these slingers. Let's kind of bring them up here. I'm going to bring these spears down. Catch them and kill them, please. Use your javelins if you have to at this point. I don't care. Just kill them. Yes, please kill those javelins before they put a toss on you. Okay, we're gonna catch the javelins. This is very good news. There's slingers out here though now. The Persian hurlers kind of need to die. When I say kind of, I mean they really need to. Got a cavalry unit over here. The enemy general should be dead, but it has apparently no effect on the enemy morale as of yet. Okay, this is going to turn bad for my camels. Let's just get away from that. Let's hit a rear charge here, and a rear charge here. I would have thought that would be enough to cause an instant waver here, if nothing else. We are getting a huge number of kills with our camels, as expected. Camels were apparently the tanks of the ancient world, because we just racked up an insane number of kills, which I am perfectly okay with. I'm actually quite happy about it. So we have defeated the Sassanid attack here. Let's get these scouts disengaged. We need to engage these hurlers over here. Actually, we can just do it with our infantry. Our guys are never going to properly disengage from all those routing units. The pathfinding is atrocious. Oh my goodness. That pathfinding. I've got camels all over the place. This camel warrior, though, has been completely invaluable. It's killed an enemy general and is now mopping up all kinds of units. My camels were given a charge order on these Persian brigade. Let's see if they managed to get it. They ought to rout the Persian brigade because of impact damage, which was supposedly nerfed. Luckily for me, it really was not to any substantial degree. Even that very slow, clumsy charge did that kind of damage, so there we go. And the remaining Sassanid units out here are remarkably not even wavering, even though they're down to 11 morale and their army is completely lost. I'm going to take the infantry out here to do this. It's not like any of my cavalry's not going to come back. They're garrison units, so we should be fine. There we go. Fast forward. A lot of my cavalrymen will probably die in the attempt to get at the 3 artillery pieces, but like I said, this is just all garrison. so we should be fine. That's amazing that these guys are not. And then the balance of power is still high, actually. I saw this on one of Maximus's videos. It's high because these guys still have their ammunition. As they fire it, you should see the balance of power decrease, and indeed it does. So that's probably the only reason why they did not rout off the field. There we go. So hope you all enjoyed this episode. It's a bit of a longer one, but was pretty fun, I thought. Got quite a bit done here. That ship battle was an absolute joke. You have so much hope for the ship battles in this game because the ship models look pretty neat. And you have the Greek fire ships, and it ought to be really fun, but I mean, it is just utterly disappointing to me. And that's why I kind of had to go on that little rant earlier, and honestly I felt like that rant was me being pretty nice too. It's unacceptable, like that type of thing. If you're not going to make it work, don't put it in the game. And don't claim that it can be. I don't understand though how the pathfinding can be so utterly atrocious that it works in land battles, but the ships don't work for some reason. It seems like something that they just did not take the time to track down, and that's kind of infuriating. Attila is a fun game. You hear me all saying this thing, some of you are like, Air wouldn't want us to buy this. No, it's fun. I think that you would enjoy it, but it's, to me, I think that part of the reason why I get so angry is because it could have been unimaginably great with some like attention to some of these details. And so I think I don't get mad at Total War games because I hate them. I get mad at them because I like them a lot and I want them to be great, and when I see them fall short of that, it gets to be extremely irritating. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now. Hope you all enjoyed this one. I will see you back next